so I just want to, on this vlog, talk a little bit about the fact that, I've never advertised or I'm in this business, but I've never let anybody know who we are and what we do. It's been more word of mouth from the people that we do it for. And for example, when I came up with I Am Joe Bullard, Ty, after its success became somewhat evident, Bill Zundel asked him about, hey, who does your stuff? And he contacted me, and I was able to go do Zundel's. Zundel's then led to Clay Massey, et cetera, and also Dick Russell's. So the only people I've done work for are people that have found me. So with you coming on board, and I don't know if folks know, but you're my son.
Yes. Yeah.
And that you finished early from Auburn with a graphic design degree,
right,
and a very tough curriculum, one that was both difficult to get into,
yeah,
and one that you excelled at. That now that you've come on board, I'm thinking of the future for our immediate family, but your family, as you look to get married soon and have your own family. So we want to begin to let people know who we are. As a matter of fact, I make a joke. I've been doing this for 25 years and nobody knows who the hell we are, but everybody knows our brands, which is I Am Joe Bullard, Only Zundels Makes a Special, 30-Day Guarantee, Dick Russell's, I'm Coming Home to You, etc. So I asked you if you would help us redesign the brand.
Sure.
And I was thrilled when you did all custom artwork.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at our new website and you go to like the home page, it's really impressive in that we went kind of with an old world, a little bit of a feel, and came up with though all custom and a modern design for what we're doing. I was fortunate enough when I couldn't play ball at Auburn anymore that I had surgery in Delaware, and I liked it up that way so much. After being 4 months in the hospital and then couldn't walk for a couple of years, I transferred to Temple University in Philadelphia, and from Temple I then went to school in London and then returned home, went to school to South Alabama. So started with business, then architecture at Temple, and then writing, directing, production stuff in London, then back to Mobile for fine art at South Alabama. So I went to a lot of schools, 7 years of college and no degree. That's something to hang your hat on. But anyway, point being is that in my travels and in seeing what other people do, especially being influenced by Imaginary Forces and the Frame Store in London, I used to have to ride the tube everywhere because I didn't have a car. And so we've incorporated some of the things. For example, in our logo, it's LaDot Bespoke brands, and here is the tube symbol for London's transportation. And bespoke is traditionally, I think, derived from an English word, meaning custom. So that's kind of what we do, is we create the brand, we do the analysis and everything for the marketing aspect, and then the advertising part of finding where we should place the things that we create and getting them out to the public. So there's been influence from my travels, but the main thing is now we have a little different feel and look, and we're bringing you on board to bring some youth and some energy and some stuff as I get older, that has reinvigorated me and made me so, hey, I really want to do this again. I'm really looking forward to getting new clients, and so we're going to roll these things out and begin to let people know who we are, and looking forward to that. So you don't work for me. We let everybody know you're a partner already. The fastest person to ever go from being hired to partner. But anyway, you can talk a little bit if you'd like about what you think of LaDot and where you'd like to see it go and those things.
Yeah, I think it is very important to kind of advertise yourself, especially nowadays when you have all social media and stuff, and you can really like brand yourself online and not have to spend a ton of money necessarily on advertising on television to let people know who you are. You know, you have all these different outlets that you can use to get your name and your brand out there. So if you can have a good website and have a social media presence and kind of publicize yourself, like, yeah, you do work for all these big companies, but this is also your brand, and you have, like, we have our own identity as LaDot Bespoke brands. So I think that it's definitely important to like have our own visual brand and identity, even though what we do is kind of more behind the scenes with other brands.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely think it was a good move, and an important move, especially to try and pick up more clients and more business and stuff and grow the brand.
Wow, as you can hear, there's some serious
construction
activity going on in the building.
Just to grow the brand and the business, I think it was definitely a good move to advertise more your own brand and kind of push who you are or who we are, more so that people know about us and know what all we can do.
One thing I noticed from us doing it is it seems as though nothing we do looks like what all the other agencies do.
Right.
I found that a lot of agencies copy one another, and a lot of them have the same look, and I guess that's due in part to awards. If somebody wins an award, the others copy them in hopes that they win an award.
Yeah, it's copycat business. Sure.
Right. You know, we say different is the difference. We can't help it. We seem to not do what other people do. We seem to take a completely different approach. One of the important things I think that we do is we're not one of these one-off agencies that go in and do work for people, get out, and
Right.
then use that for our portfolio. The businesses that we've done work for, we've had for 10 plus years. So we
Right.
look at relationships and help their businesses to do better, which in turn, you know, helps us to do better. So we do take a different approach. We do have a different look. And I think it's only just going to get better since you've come on board. I can see that already.
Going to Auburn for a graphic design degree, that was something that I was definitely interested in. Previous to going to Auburn, I was not 100% sure of what I wanted to do, like what I wanted to major in going to college. I knew I wanted to go to college, but I was kind of juggling some stuff like, do I want to do some sort of film production? Because that's kind of what I had done previously working with you over the summer, you know, working on commercials and stuff. But the more creative side also appealed to me, and I've always been interested in art and illustration and stuff. So what I did was I looked on Auburn's website where you can look at all the courses you have to take to complete a degree, and I was like, what courses do I want to take? Like, and I'll just figure out what degree that is. So I was like, okay. So I found all like more of the art-based ones. I was like, well, drawing or fine art, like, that might be interesting, but I don't know how I'm gonna, that's not gonna be a job, right? And I was like, okay, what about like industrial design or graphic design? Because it has a design in the name. And I looked at both of them. And graphic design definitely appealed to me more. It was more like creative and visual based, not so much practical application, because the big thing about industrial design that turned me off of it is stuff you have to make has to be able to be practically built and fit within certain constraints and stuff. And there's a little bit of that in graphic design, but it's much more if you can see it and put it on the page or on the screen, you can do it, as long as it like does the things you want as far as promoting the brand or the message you're trying to convey. Like if it fits what you're trying to do. So I did that, graduated from Auburn with a degree in graphic design, and coming to work for LaDot now. But I do think that I do more than just, I bring more than just graphic design experience. Like I say, I've been working with you for the past few summers, so I know a decent amount, I believe, about like film production and stuff, at least on a smaller scale, but even on a larger scale, it's something that I'm definitely interested in and kind of keep track of and follow. So I think I have a pretty good handle on the production and visual side, like video production side also. And visual storytelling is definitely something I've always been interested in. So not just from a film perspective, but yeah, even like I'm really into comic books. I I love comic books, and I think it's more interesting to me than a textbook or a like a, I don't know what you call it, a book with just words in it. I like the pictures because yeah, it's you're telling a visual story still, and so
Right.
you have to, when reading comics, you have to be able to interpret these different visuals. It's like watching a film, you know. So that's definitely something that I bring to the table also, is experience in that kind of realm of stuff.
For me, I had to cut my teeth on Quark Express, Illustrator, Photoshop, After Effects, all that. So I had to learn to be able to come up with an idea and start with the concept all the way to completion. And so that's how I'm a little different than where some agencies may need 6 or 8 people to do those things.
Right.
I'm schooled and versed in all of them and supposedly pretty decent at them. What is tremendous for me is now that you've come on board, you can do a lot of those things, and you do
Sure.
some of them even better than I do, so it's a tremendous help to me. But, you know, we have a lot of friends and stuff that do what we do, and when they go out to pitch clients and this and that, a lot of those clients simply say, well, can you do what whoever does it for Joe Bullard, the way they
Right.
do it? And so there's a lot of that, and my friends that are in this business are nice enough to tell me that, and they do get the work, and a lot of people mimic what we do, and that's very flattering. But we hope to expand beyond what we're known for and into newer and better stuff, even so that our clients do even better. So thank you for coming on board and being a
Yeah.
part of this. Looking forward to a great future with you. And just want to say, I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree.